Part of the duties of the caretaker that opens the school here is to check that all fire doors are in working order and that they're maintained correctly. Also, all fire doors that are held on a magnet should be open so that when the fire alarm or there's a fire, the door's closed to form a seal for the fire. So if you come across any doors that are like this that are open, it's your responsibility to make sure that they're held on the magnets like this. And that's the correct way that they should be. At this school they use a system called SmartLog, which is an auditable system. So after you've done these duties and checks in the morning, you have to record them on SmartLog. Part of the caretaker's duties in the morning is to ensure that all fire doors are safe and all fire doors are closed as they should be. As you can see, this one's been propped open with a bin. So it's the caretaker's responsibility to move the bin to a safe position and then ensure that the door's closed. And that's how they should be at all times. Once this is completed at this school, it'll be recorded on the SmartLog system to show that it's been done.
Okay, so we test the fire alarms weekly and it takes a minimum of 2 of us to do that safely. So we've got the main fire panel here, which I'm stood at now, and there's going to be either 1 or 2 other call points around the school, or depending on what type of school you've got, there might be additional call points to that. In order to set them off, one of the caretakers is going to insert a red key in the case of these particular ones and just turn it to the right, and that will set off the fire alarm. That should then send a signal through to this fire panel here that I'm stood next to, and I'm going to check that that's working okay before I silence it. Okay, the emergency lighting, which should be found all over the schools, should be checked at least once a week, leaving the lights on for about 2 to 3 minutes at a time. And then again, on a monthly basis, leaving it on for approximately 30 minutes to make sure everything's working, because the emergency lightings have their own independent battery. It's recorded by, in writing in a log or a journal in the office, or it's also recorded on a computer system in some places as part of the fire safety check. We're going to turn on the lights using a fish key that I have here. All the caretakers have got these. Just insert it into the hole here, making sure the lights are switched off, and you literally just switch it up like that, and I'm looking for the emergency lights, which are behind us to the left and to the right, and make sure they come on. Leave them for 2 to 3 minutes, like I said, and then once that time's done, switch them back off again. And then hopefully everything will be working.
Okay, we check the fire extinguishers on a weekly basis. When we do the check, we'd be checking to make sure there's a pin inside it, make sure there's a tag holding the pin on. So on this here, we've obviously got 2 different types here. So again, you check the pin, check the tag, make sure it can't be pressed. As we all know, children like to play with little things like that. So you check, obviously give them a visual inspection, make sure there's no damage to them. And then obviously the ones with the indicators on, you check that they were full. The ones that don't have an indicator on, you'd give them a quick lift and just to make sure that they are actually full. And that would essentially complete your weekly check. We would record this in our fire safety log, and there's specific pages for the fire extinguisher checks. So we check every single fire extinguisher in the school and just tick off to say that yes, it's got a pin in it, yes, it's sealed, and yes, you can't, it's in good order. Depending on which school you're working at, some places it'll be a handwritten log, other places it'll be a computer log or a smart log. So just be aware of what it is your school, how they record it, and where it needs to be recorded.